Hey everybody, welcome back to New Toulouse. So, I'm not Taser, I'm Prez, and today I'm going to be taking over Taser's series for one episode. So, this episode is going to be very much based on industry. If you're not familiar with this series, this is set in the southern United States. Taser's been making a city specifically based on New Orleans, Louisiana, for the past little while, and he's been doing an incredible job. So when he asked me if I wanted to take over for an episode and do whatever I wanted to do, that was a great opportunity, I thought, to do some work on some warehouses and other industry, because I haven't done anything like that in a long time. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Let's get straight into things. So as you can see, I have pretty much laid down the baselines for what we're going to be doing in this episode. So we're going to be working on a bunch of different industrial stuff, varied industrial stuff, like from anything from a tiny little, like just warehouse, like a tiny little shed pretty much, to a massive, massive Amazon distribution center. So yeah, we've got a lot of different things we're working on, but they're all industrial related, except actually later in the episode, we will be working on sort of a main street with some commercial and residential, because I wanted to get a little feel for, you know, the southern vibe and those shotgun houses and certain shops that I haven't really placed for a long time in New Windsor and stuff like that. I really wanted to get the chance to use them, so didn't want to just do one little thing in this episode. I wanted to do a bunch of different stuff, so I did that. And yeah, so if you're coming from Taser's channel, I guess I have a sort of a different style of content creation. You'll see my editing style throughout the video. It's similar to Taser's though, so I think you'll find yourself in good hands here. And if you are on my channel and you've never seen New Toulouse, you definitely have to check it out. I will link the playlist for New Toulouse in the description. Taser here is the actual creator of this series. He's been doing an incredible job on it, and it's one of my favorite series on YouTube, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. I don't know how any of you couldn't have seen it by now, but if you haven't checked it out, you definitely have to. Anyway, let's get straight into the meat of the episode, which is that massive Amazon distribution center. you this thing was massive. So yeah, this warehouse is huge. So I didn't actually intend for it to be an Amazon warehouse at first. I just wanted a massive warehouse here. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but I'm generally just basing this off this neighborhood in New Orleans. I forget the name right now, but I'll put the name on screen when I actually get the Google Earth cinematic of it. But it's just this neighborhood or district or whatever that's just this massive, massive expanse of distribution centers, warehouses, and actually some like shopping and stuff, which we incorporate later. But I'm sort of working off of that. I mean, you don't really need that much inspiration for a massive industrial area like this. It's just you place a bunch of warehouses, and I mean, maybe you need inspiration for the truck placement and stuff. And I actually was very unrealistic with it at this Amazon warehouse, but yeah. So this is huge, this place. And if you doubt that this is, you know, as big as it would be in real life, here's a Amazon distribution center in South Carolina. It's massive. I mean, look at that. It's huge. One thing I think I did pretty unrealistically, though, is the trucks. I just did all Amazon Prime trucks, but it looks like there are like FedEx and UPS trucks at this one. I don't really know how Amazon's distribution works exactly. I've just seen a lot of, at least where I am, just a bunch of Amazon proprietary distribution. A lot of like small white vans just pretty much delivering things, and I guess that's what Amazon's doing now. I don't really know, but I added like a little parking lot of just white vans over there that you might have seen. I don't know if it's like that across the country, but I don't know. Yeah, this probably wasn't the most realistic build. I mean, the scale's realistic, but there are a couple little aspects which Taser might want to tweak in the future, but overall I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's it's massive when you look at it on the map from above. It's huge. It's like the size of the whole downtown core, and I mean, that's pretty realistic though, and real estate doesn't cost all that much here. So now let's take a peek at Taser's airport here, and then we'll move on to some more industrial and commercial stuff. So as you can see, we've been working on this Home Depot over here. Right now we're actually detailing some warehouses and just the parking lots. I'm just placing some like maintenance vehicles here, which I guess you would find in, you know, a warehouse parking lot. Maybe this is a very, very beaten down old maintenance center or something. I don't know. It's really, really easy to make up stories with industrial areas, which is something I really like. That's what I really like about making industrial areas. You can make up any sort of story, because you can have, you know, a converted industrial sort of loft, or like a pub or something that used to be just a warehouse, or you could, you know, have it just be a maintenance center. No, just like where they keep the maintenance vehicles. You get what I mean. Anything. You can just have a massive lumber yard, just anything you want. That's my favorite thing about industrial areas. You're not really confined by anything. But yeah, so right here we're working on this Home Depot, which is once again inspired by that area which I showed earlier called Elmwood in New Orleans. I think it's actually its own town and zip code and stuff, but it's called Elmwood, and yeah, once again, it's just a massive expanse of warehouses, but there are some shopping centers there, which is sort of weird. I don't understand why you would want to go shopping there, but I guess the land's cheap, so, you know, whatever. But I'm making the garden center for the Home Depot right now. Just placing a bunch of barbecues and stuff. I think I did the barbecues off camera, but I placed some like planters and trees and tiles. Didn't want to spend too much time on that on camera, but now I'm just sort of making the parking lot and stuff like that. The land here wasn't 100% level, so it doesn't look perfect, but obviously you could have old paint. You can, once again, you can always make up stories with things like this. It's like the paint doesn't have to be completely new. These parking lots look incredibly old, so I'm assuming the paint is not all that well maintained there. So that's it for the Home Depot. Now we're gonna move on to some residential and some small shops on the main street over by the freeway. Hopefully you liked that main street there. We put a motel down, we put a Popeyes down, you know, everything you could ever want in the South. So that was a lot of fun. Right now we're working on this sort of muddy street right here with just a bunch of little shotgun houses, and actually I use a couple shotgun houses, mostly just the King Leno residential houses, which are very, very terribly maintained. And I put one little shack there because why not? Just make fun of Louisiana. I don't know how realistic that is, but it's probably realistic, which is pretty sad, but, you know, it's Louisiana. But, you know, I tried to incorporate a lot of swampy trees and swampy looking things. So I added a lot of puddles later, you'll see. I had a lot of different, you know, brush and stuff like that. And it just looks very, very wet. I mean, I did add, yeah, see, I'm adding these, like, water stream decals by Ronix. I do just switch to puddles later, but those work really well just to add the feel that, you know, it's wet there, but without actually making a pond. Making ponds in this game is really, really annoying. I wish it was easier because they add a lot of realism, but it's annoying. But yeah, so just adding a lot of trees here. I tried not to add too much to Taser's terrible FPS in New Toulouse, but you know, I had to add a lot of trees. But he probably does way worse with that though. Like, he adds a lot of, like, I was looking under the freeways and there's like really unnecessary grass that he's placed that's like a couple hundred triangles per item, and he's placed like 30 of them just under a highway that nobody is ever gonna see. And I told him, and we were in a call, and I'm like, nobody's ever gonna see this, what are you doing to yourself? And he's like, well, you're looking at it right now. I'm like, You know, I just don't understand the point of doing something like that. Like, I'm using this massive mountain grass cluster under the freeway because it's a very, very low triangle in relation to its size, and it adds a lot of detail, and you'll actually see it because it's pretty massive. But he was adding tiny, tiny little grasses, and I don't understand that. Whatever. So, I'm really, really happy with this district, though. It's a lot of fun. Making something like this, with like some abandoned warehouses, and you know, I put this street that I'm working on right now is very mixed. Like, we've got a nice like advanced auto parts over there with a gas station that I'm also just incorporating, you know, some beaten down little shops, and also that warehouse just right there, which is really not doing all that well. I guess it's completely abandoned there, and we detail that later, but I'm using a lot more of these. Well, I'd say a lot more, but I just got the DLC. I bought Park Life Plus. I don't even know what the Plus version gives you, but I sold some like CSGO skins, so it doesn't really matter. I just got Park Life Plus. Yeah, these fence networks are absolutely incredible, and if you are on the fence about it, you should 100% just pay the $15 to $20 or whatever it is for Park Life or Park Life Plus or whatever it is that gives you the fences, and just get it, because the fences are absolutely incredible, and the amusement park is incredible, and there are a lot of really awesome new assets, which I know you could get from the workshop, but they're very, very nice, so you should get it. Strict bought the Natural Disasters DLC just for a radio mast, so I don't think it's too crazy to say that. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to the final portion of the episode. Alright, it's finally time to put an end to the episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. It really does help out a ton. And subscribe if you're new around here, and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified whenever I upload a video. You'll never miss an upload that way. If you're coming from Taser's channel, I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun with my other series, New Windsor, which I'm doing right now, which is a autumn series set in New England, which is very, very unique, and it's a lot of fun. There will be a New Windsor episode next week, finally. It'll be back on my channel, so 1 week from now, 1 week from today, the exact time this video is uploaded, you will see another New Windsor video in your sub box with a special announcement, so that should be fun. But yeah, if you are on my channel and you haven't actually checked out Taser's series yet, other than this video, definitely do. It'll be linked right at the top of the description. Other than that, I mean, follow me on Twitter. I post tons of teasers, screenshots, stuff like that. Follow me on Instagram for my best screenshots, and that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.